Hey guys, this is Raghav Nakra, and today we are going to discuss the question minimum steps in infinite grid, which is a part of array section in the interview bit. So what the question says is that we need to cover a sequence of points in the given order, and we need to tell the minimum steps that is required to cover all those points which are given us in the question, and we need to make sure that the order maintained is the same as provided in the question. Also, it is very clear that we need to start from the very first point itself. Also, the other constraint is that we can travel in all the 8 possible directions of the graph. So this was all about the question, and I hope the question is pretty simple and clear. So now let's just move to the solution approach. So for a solution approach, it is very clear that our final answer would just be the summation of minimum number of steps that we would require to travel between any two consecutive points in the given specified order. And now our task just remains to find the minimum steps it would require us to travel between any two consecutive position in the given specified order. So now to do so, we can imagine a rectangular region around these points and consider the points to be at opposite corners of the rectangle, and it is always best to travel to one point to the other within this rectangular region, because going out of this rectangular boundary would obviously increase our steps, right? So to go from one step to other, we always consider going within this rectangular region and not stepping outwards. So to do so, we can just move along the diagonal direction till the time we don't reach the boundary of the rectangular region which we have imagined. And once we have reached that, we can just move along the boundary towards the target to fetch our desired result, which is the minimum number of steps to travel between any two consecutive points in the given order. So now our task is to find what is the maximum number of times we can move along this diagonal step. And to find this, it is very clear from this diagram that it would be equal to the minimum of height or the width of the rectangular region which we have imagined. And why is that so? If we step even one step more than the minimum, we would definitely exceed our boundary region, and hence the maximum number of times we can take this is equal to the minimum of height or the width. Let me just write this down. Okay, so now our task remains to find what is the extra steps we would have to travel along the boundary to reach our final destination. And to find so, since we have already covered minimum of height or the width in our steps, the number of steps left would be equal to the maximum of height and the width minus the number of times we have already taken the diagonal step. And clearly we can see it would be equal to this, which is the maximum of height and width minus the minimum of height and width. And hence our final result would be just adding these two, that is the number of times we can take the diagonal step plus the extra steps we would require to reach the final destination. So now we can just see that it would be equal to minimum of height and width plus the maximum of height and width minus the minimum of height and width. And we can see that these two terms are getting cancelled, and what we get is maximum of height and width. So this was quite mathematical. We can see it simply through the diagram also, that if we want to reach a point 8,6 from 3,3, we would definitely need to cover the maximum of height and width in order to reach that, and the minimum would obviously be compensated via the diagonal step, because while moving diagonally we are also covering the minimum of height and width in our final answer, and obviously we need to cover the maximum of the two. We can also see this through this example, that if we need to travel from 3,3 to 4,8, we would have to travel at least 5 units of distance, and obviously 1 unit, that is of minimum of height and width, would be covered by our diagonal step. So now to just sum up, to reach from a point x1, y1 to x2, y2, minimum number of steps required would be equal to the maximum of the difference between the x or the y coordinate, that is the height or the width. I am writing it using delta x or delta y, where delta x is equal to mod of x1 minus x2 and delta y is equal to mod of y1 minus y2. That is the height or the width which we can consider. So now let's just move to the code of this solution. Okay, so for our solution, what we can see is we were given a function in which we were given two vectors a and b, and what this a and b denoted was a gave us the x coordinates of the points we need to cover, and b gave us the y coordinate of the points that we need to cover in the desired path. So now here I have taken previous x and previous y, which keeps a note of what is the last point which I have traversed or which I have considered in the given order, and now n is equal to the size of the given input. Since a and b are the same, n would be same for both. So now I start traversing from 1 to n, and I am not considering 0 here because 0 was considered to be the previous x and y coordinate. You will get to know why I did so. So now I considered the current x and y coordinate to be the ith value of the array, and I find the difference between the x and the y coordinate. This diff x and diff y is the same as the delta x and delta y, which we have just discussed in the solution, and our answer would just be the maximum of delta x and delta y, which we just discussed, and we just keep summing up these to get our final minimum number of steps. Also, in the end, once we have added up answer for a current result, we update our previous current x and current y to get answers for the next iteration. So that was all about the code, and I hope the question is clear. So see you in the next video.